All right, what I'd like to do is give you a little demo on this box fill conveyor. So the objective of this system is to fill these boxes to 100 pounds. Okay, and so I'm going to put it in manual. I'm going to stop it and I'm going to reset it. Okay, and so the thing's not complete yet, but what I can do is I can start it and I can stop it underneath this valve, and then I can push the fill button and I can fill that. And so I filled it to 90 pounds. And then, so if you look here, the last box was 100 pounds. This box is 90 pounds, but I haven't really recorded any boxes yet. So watch what happens as I run the box off. You can see that the count's going to go up. It's going to calculate the range in the X bar, and then if I stop it here, I got to stop it under the valve, and I can fill this one up. I'm trying to go for 100, and you can see that this box is going to 100. So that one's perfect. And I'm just going to click auto. And so now I have code in here that will actually operate the system automatically. So it comes over, picks up the proximity, stops, fills the box, and it fills them all perfectly to 100, which isn't really very reasonable, but it just kind of shows what you can do. This is all simulation. And so let me, while that guy's running, let me put that guy in a new vertical tab group. And so you can, here's the PLC program that's operating this system. So I have a PLC program, and I have some other stuff in here that's just simulation. But let's see what we got. So I have, so I'm in auto mode, and I get conveyor run. Then I'm going to pick up the motor starter, and the motor starter, then the auxiliary contact comes back and picks up the green light and the red light. And so when it stops, you can see the red light turns on. There it goes. When it starts again, the green light comes back on. There's I have a piece of structured code here. So this is ladder logic. This is structured code, and so every time you do a box unload, which is a signal that the box is going off the end of the conveyor, so do some other handling, then I run this little equation, and that is over here in area X bar. So this is my structured text code, and so if it's a reset, and then I do something different. Otherwise, I increase the box count. I sum up the weight of the boxes, so I keep a total of the sum of the weight of all the boxes. If the you can't see it because there's a number in the way there, but if it's the first box, then I set the values to the min and the max value, both the X value. If it's not the first time, then if X is greater than the max value, I set the max value. If X is less than the minimum value, I set the minimum value. And then X bar is equal to the sum of all the boxes. Here you can see it's 1590 divided by 17 boxes now, and so that's going to give me my X bar, which is over here. Pull that back over so you can see it. Yeah, so that's my X bar is 99, and then the range is the maximum value minus the minimum value, and that gives me the range there. So this is an X bar R chart. I have a little simulation for the starter. So this is basically what a starter does. If you pick up the coil and you don't have the overloads tripped out, which is what this is, and I can show you there. See, that trips out. And then I haven't quite finished the program. It shouldn't restart when I do that. So if I hit stop, I have to put it back in manual. Then I can hit stop. So now if it's running and I lose the reset, when I reset it, it doesn't start. So that's something I got to work on. The rest of the conveyor simulation is done in this program called Conveyor Sim. And so it's got a lot of mathematical equations in it. So it's still all ladder logic. This is all ladder logic here. But it's a little more advanced ladder logic. So here's a timer that's kind of like the heartbeat. If you're running and the timer goes off, then you add to the conveyor angle, and that's what makes the rolls go around. If the conveyor is running and the timer goes off, then I move the box position. If the box position is greater than 600, which is the end of the conveyor, then I pick up this guy called Box Unload, which is also used back in the PLC program, back here to actually operate the conveyor. If I got Box Unload, then what I do is I take box level 0 and I put that in box level 2. And then I take a 0 and put it in box level. So I'm just managing the level of the box. And then, so that's actually probably the most complicated part of the whole thing. And so here's another little function that we used. It's called a limit function. So it doesn't matter what the box level is. I'm not going to let it get outside the range of 0 to 122. And so now I can, let me just go back to where you can see the whole thing. So I'm going to stop this guy. I'm going to reset it so you'll see all these numbers change except for the waste. And I'll reset that. Now, if I happen to pull the valve, so I've got a manual button. If I open up the valve, you can see that the waste is accumulating. But let me just put it back in auto, and I'll let him run, and you can watch the boxes change. Okay, so there's the first box. So the last box is 100, X bar is 100, that's the average. The range is 0, and the count is 1. Now the count is 2. Last box is still 100, X bar is 0. Now if I put it in manual, and I stop it, and I fill it, but I don't fill it quite all the way, fill it about halfway there, then it's 50. And so when this one goes off the conveyor, the maximum was 100, the minimum is going to be 50, the range will be 50. So that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed that little video.